This lesson is on the properties of squares and rectangles. The goal is to define and classify special parallelograms and to use properties of the diagonals of rhombuses and rectangles. The standards is congruence, number 11, and similarity, right triangles trig, number 5. What you should understand when you're done with this lesson is that these special parallelograms, rectangles and squares, have basic properties about their sides and their angles that help to identify them. Their diagonals also have certain properties. So, where are you on the scale when it comes to understanding about the properties of rectangles and squares? Are you at a 1, I don't get them? 2, I sort of get it? 3, I got it? Or 4, you are so good you could teach this? Write this number at the top of your notes, circle it, and then you can compare this at the end of the lesson. All right. A rectangle is a parallelogram. What makes it special is that it has 4 right angles. It has 4 angles that equal 90 degrees. That means a rectangle, the interior angles measure 360 degrees. Now a square is also a parallelogram that has 4 right angles. The sum of the interior angles is also 360 degrees. What makes it different is that all 4 sides are the same length. So, a square is a parallelogram. A square is also a rectangle. A rectangle is a parallelogram. A rectangle is not a square. Or it is not always a square. But a square is always a rectangle. Alright, this one says quadrilateral CDEF is a square. What is the measurement of BFE? Here is angle BFE. Well, since F is the middle letter, F is the vertex of the angle. And it wants to know what the measure of that angle is. Well, the whole angle is 90 degrees. So F is half of that angle. So half of 90 degrees is 45 degrees. So the measurement of angle BFE is 45 degrees. If they had asked what the measurement of angle F was, just F, the whole thing would be 90 degrees. But since they're giving us this smaller angle, it is 45 degrees. Here's your first practice problem. Quadrilateral RSTU is a square. What is the measurement of angle STV? Quadrilateral DEFG is a square. What is the value of x? Well, I know that the sides of a square are all the same. So I have 2 sides. I need to make them equal to each other. So I have 6x equals x plus 45. I subtract 1x from both sides, and I get 5x equals 45. I divide both sides by 5, which gives me x equals 9. So the value of x equals 9. And I can always check it by putting 6 times 9 is 54, and 9 times 45 is 54. They're both the same, so I know that the value of x does equal 9. Practice problem 2. Quadrilateral BCDE is a square. What is the value of S? Practice problem 3. Quadrilateral TUVW is a square. What is the value of A? This theorem states that if a parallelogram is a rectangle, then its diagonals are congruent. So if you look at AC, it is congruent to diagonal BD, and also A, then when they cross each other, they would divide each other into 4 equal line segments. Quadrilateral EFGH is a rectangle. EI, the length of EI is C plus 72, and the length of FI is 7C. What is the value of C? Now here is EI, and this is FI, and I just told you that these two diagonals, when they cross, they become 4 equal line segments. So these two are equal in length. So we're going to put C plus 72 equals 7C. And we're going to solve for C. So we subtract 1C from each side. That gives us 72 equals 6C. Well, do you have to make so much noise? Goodness gracious. Quadrilateral TUVW is a square. What is the length of TV? Be very careful because what they're asking you is what is the length of that entire diagonal. Practice problem 5. Quadrilateral RSTU is a rectangle. The length of RT is 2Q. The length of SU is 3Q minus 76. What is the length of RT? Again, you need to be careful. They want to know the length of RT. You need to find the value of Q, and once you find the value of Q, you multiply it times 2 so you can find out the length of RT. Practice 6. Is parallelogram UVWX a rectangle? Yes or no? And if it's not, why not? All right, now that you've watched the video, where are you on the scale? If you don't get it, go back and watch the video again and redo your practice problems. Do you sort of get it? Or do you feel like you got this now? Or now are you so good you could teach this? Make sure that you come check the answers to your practice problems with me, and then you can go on and do your assignment on IXL. That's all for this lesson. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.